One mom gave her son a smackdown, and now a congressman wants other moms to rise up. Chicago Democrat Bobby Rush taking to the floor of the House, urging moms to take back their kids. Well, we've got some moms, Sabrina Schaefer, Deneen Borelli, and Dr. Robbie Ludwig, to say, yeah, he's onto something here. Doctor, what do you think?
I thought this mother was fantastic. She was angry with love. She made an intervention under unusual circumstances. So if you look at it, you could say, oh my gosh, that mother was violent. She was hitting her child. But she was really trying
Love
to
this woman.
instill
Single
some
mom
character.
Of 6
That's right.
kids.
That's right. So let's not look at it from an ivory tower and be judgmental. Sometimes there is a place for moms to make this kind of intervention.
Deneen?
Neil, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I am one of those kids who had my backside patted numerous times. And listen, I was
Probably deservedly so.
I did. I was a young kid who thought I knew everything, all the answers, angry, fighting in school. My grades suffered. And I really think if it wasn't for that tough love, there's no idea where I would be now. But I see this mom as being someone who was accountable because she was out there with the rioting going on. She was already horrified. But to see her own son out there with a hood with rocks in his hands, she wants to have him be held accountable.
Imagine if every other mother out there who might have seen their kids that did the same thing, and we, we could have obviously ratcheted this thing down. But Sabrina, I'm also thinking of that kid now who's going to say, all his friends are probably on social media say, hey, I saw your mom dragging you back. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's some good news, actually. And, you know, the story of Toya Graham that makes me so happy is it sort of reminds us how historically women and moms have played such an important role in keeping us focused on sort of the limits of government and restoring our cities and helping those in need. And I think she did just that. And it's so important that we sort of take this as moms and as women as our issue. This is something women should be calling out for: greater educational freedom, for less corruption in the government, for less corruption in our police force.
Well, let's not make this. I just think as moms and dads, we should focus on our kids' safety, particularly dads. And Doctor, this is something you and I have gotten into. I think the big missing element here were a lot of dads. Where were they to say, are you nuts? I mean, my father would whack me if I just looked the other way. Actually, he would whack me because I was so hideously ugly. He would even remind me, Neil, you've done nothing wrong, but I'm just whacking you because you're so hideous.
Did we grow up in the same house?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. I can say that now.
Listen, there is nothing wrong when parents basically show, hey, there are limits. It's loving to a child.
You don't do it. Right. You're putting yourself in danger.
Right. I think when parents do it, they are basically helping their children to live in the real world successfully. And the parents who take this laissez-faire kind of attitude and make things too easy for their children or make everything their child does okay, they are not doing their child any favors at all.
Or they're oblivious to what their kids are doing. This woman apparently caught the kid on TV and says, what the hell is he doing out there?
Sure. Right. Well, you want kids to be responsible. Listen, actions have consequences, and if you have something you've done now at a certain age, it's going to follow you throughout the rest of your life. There's a chance that will happen.
And so also, it was really like a war zone. I mean, I was talking
She was worried for his safety. She later said she was worried for his safety.
And if you would hear reporters during this time, they were afraid for their lives. So what this woman did, she not only put herself in jeopardy, potentially, but she could have saved her child's life because it was a very dangerous scene.
I don't know if it's registering with the child, Sabrina. What do you think?
He'll get over it.
Maybe he'll get over it.
Or he'll talk about it on TV.
I certainly hope it does, and I think it's so important, especially when we're seeing, sort of a police force that didn't want to use excessive force because we had 14 and 15 and 16-year-old kids out there. This is the time for moms and dads to step up and say, hey, this is not the kind of behavior that's acceptable. We live in a civilized society. This is not how we deal with problems. And I absolutely applaud this woman, and I hope there are many more out there who are willing to upset, to embarrass their children. This is the time to do it.
Yeah, better to embarrass them now than go to their funerals later, if you think about it.
That's right.
Ladies, thank you all very much. So that stuff I said about my dad and doing what he did because I was ugly, it's all true. All right.